Time.
So we will be starting as for the Azure administrator. And when we know that when we talk about Azure administrator, Azure administrator
Administrator.
or admin, right?
Yeah.
Azure administrator and or admin, it's all about
Mhm.
managing the services. Okay, managing or
Mhm.
governing the services,
Mhm.
managing and governing, managing and governing the services. Uh, Now, if I tell you about we have AZ 900 for Azure fundamentals, here we have AZ 104. That is a certification. Like it's
Mhm.
Microsoft certified, MS certified Azure administrator.
Mhm.
Now, when I talk about managing the services, so how will we manage the services? So we need some platform to manage those services, right? So
Mhm.
there are different platforms using which an Azure administrator can manage all those services, right? So if I talk about that, first platform is Azure Portal. Okay, Portal. It's a graphical user interface. You can use the portal and you can create different resources, create different services, use those services, manage those services using
Mhm.
Azure Portal. Okay. And we have seen that Azure portal. If I come here, this is the Azure portal. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So this is the Azure portal. So it's a good graphical user interface. From if you click on the left hand side in this panel, portal menu, you'll click, you will get all these services at one go here, like all resources, all services, home dashboard, everything you can see here. Okay. And
Mhm.
whatever you have done recently or search for the services recently, it will show you in your favorites here. So this is the portal menu. Now you can search for the services at the top search bar also. So whatever service you will search for, it will come like that. Okay. And here it will all show you some of the services in this page, and then if you want, you can browse for more services clicking on this arrow. And here, whatever the resources you have deployed as of now, it will show all those resources, whether it's a resource group or uh, to whatever resource you have navigated to, it will show you here. Okay. And um, it gives a quick view also, like if you want to navigate to some services, like if you want to navigate to somewhere, you can set it here. Okay, you can set, okay, you want to navigate to some other subscription, you can click on subscription, you can select that subscription, and you can go to that particular subscription. If you want to navigate to some resource group directly, you can click here and you can go there. Then you may create some dashboards for some services. You can also put them in the navigation bar and you can directly go to that particular dashboard to uh, see the telemetry or any other thing. So if you have set Azure Monitor, say, you have some dashboard to look over the performance of the services or performance of the servers, you can create a dashboard and you can directly navigate it. So, and then there's a tool menu. So different tools like costing tool, cost management tool. Now these tools means completely software as a service, which is provided by Azure. Okay, Azure Monitor, Microsoft Defender for cloud. This is for security purpose, right? And then cost management. Okay, so these are the things. Now, if I talk about this top menu, so we have seen this portal menu, we have seen the search bar. Now, why it is saying upgrade to me? Because as of now, I'm on a free model. I'm working in a free subscription, free trial subscription. So that's why it is telling me to upgrade. It says that you can upgrade anytime. You can upgrade anytime. Now, when this free subscription was created, by default, it has been created in a active directory. Okay, so Microsoft gave me this free subscription, free trial subscription, where Microsoft says, okay, I'll provide you aid of $200 for 1 month. 1 month. Okay, you can use each and every service which they have decided, okay, you can use with this $200. Okay, so they have provided this aid of $200 for 1 month, and this is a free trial subscription. So when Azure created a free trial subscription, then it created that free trial subscription under a default management group. Okay, default management group. And under this group, it created this subscription. Under this group, created this subscription free trial. Now, when a subscription is created, it will be created in some active directory. Okay, because you must have some identity services to be running on, because there are different services. When you create those services, so by default those services may have some address where you create those services. You have some when you create those services, you have to provide some data, you have to attach some users to those services. Okay, so by default, when a subscription is created under a management group, then by default a directory is created that is called an active directory, which manages those services and the users and groups. So they have created a default active directory for me as of now. Default active directory. And I'm the owner of this subscription, and I'm the main user of this default active directory. So this is the hierarchy as of now. So if we go and see here, directories plus subscriptions. So in the top menu, you can go here and filter all the directories. So if you want to switch to some other directory or subscription, you can switch from here. So in your organization, there will be many subscriptions. So there will be other subscription for some other project, and different subscription for other project, different subscription for other project. Then you can hop from here to other subscriptions. If I click on this, see, it is showing me all the directories. So there is only one directory as of now, and domain of that directory is Abhishek Trainings 30 gmail.onmicrosoft.com. Now I have onboarded to this Azure portal. I've created my Azure portal using my Gmail account. Okay, so this onmicrosoft.com, this domain name is provided by Azure only, and it is taken my username. So Abhishek Trainings 30 gmail.onmicrosoft.com. So this is a default directory. That is why they have provided onmicrosoft.com. I can choose my own. So if I create one active directory, and I can set the DNS name for that active directory, like I can put here any name I can put, whatever my company's name, or like if I write abhishek.tech.com, something like that. Okay, I can create through my own. So in the coming I can say labs, we'll create the management group, we'll create another subscription, and we'll see, okay, how to do that. And this is the directory ID. So domain name, directory ID, directory name. Okay, and if you have some tenants, if we'll create some tenants, then on the right hand side, below this advanced filter, you will see a list of tenants here. So whatever Active Directory tenant you will create, basically the B2C tenant, business to customer. Okay, those tenants you will see on the right hand side below this advanced filter. So as of now, there are no tenants here. So we are not seeing any, but you will see. So we'll see when we will create the tenant, how we can see the tenant here. Okay. This is the default subscription name. It's a free trial and it has a default directory. Okay. So from here, all the directory name will occur. You can just go and change your directory wherever you want to, in which subscription you want to go, you can change it. Okay. So this is the place. Now, if I come back to home, here you will get the notification. So whatever the service you will deploy, you will get a log for that in this notification. And you can go and see it is saying that this much is credit remaining in the free trial. You can upgrade to pay as you go model at any time. You can upgrade it. Okay. And you can see the activity logs also. So if you have created something, then it will show you here whether that service is created successfully or not. If it is not created successfully, it may give some error and it will show you that error here in the notification. And you can go to the more event logs, and those errors are stored in some storage account. Okay. And you can go to the event logs and check the activity log, why the service creation has failed, why I was not able to create that particular service. So all you get on these notifications, then we have seen all these settings, right? Then is a help. So support resources, ask the Azure community. So there is a group like Azure community. You will go and see. So if you want to paste some questions over there, you can view. So in that community, some predefined questions are answered. You can go and see. You can check there in the community. Okay, if you want some answers for anything. Okay, so you can get there. Then explore Azure documentation. If you click on here, some like website will open and you can access the Azure documentation. So Azure documentation will provide you each and everything about every service in Azure. Okay. Then view billing FAQs. So if you have some questions about billing, you can click on this link. You can go and check the billing section. And view quick start center. Now what is this quick start center? So if you want some learning some services, then you can just visit to quick start center. There they will provide you the whole tutorial how to start creating the services on Azure. So it will the quick start center will provide you each and every data about every service, how to start, how to create, how to manage everything. It will give you. It will give you like how to manage with portal, how to manage with other things. So it will provide you that kind of support. That is, so this button is for help and support. Okay. In this, if you want to send some feedback to Microsoft, then you can use this button. Now, if I click here, see the default directory is here. As of now, I'm signed into my default directory. Okay. You can switch the directory here. You can click here and switch the directory. Okay. From here also. Okay. So this is portal. This simple portal. If to create any service, click on here. See, it is showing whatever the virtual machine is we created earlier. It is there. Okay. We can create another one. We can click here and create another virtual machine. So it will open like this. It will ask you about all the basic things, free trials. So as of now, I'm having a free trial subscription, so it is selected that. Otherwise, if you want to select any other subscription, then you can go ahead and select. And resource group. So whatever the resource group, or maybe you have to create new, you can create new. Then name of the virtual machine, then whatever region you want to create, Then availability zone, which availability zone, how many availability zones you want to select. Okay, everything. So when we created this machine, we have seen everything here. Okay, then security type. So what security you want? So you want a standard security or a basic security, right? Then image, from the image which using which uh, we have installed the operating system. So Ubuntu server. So this machine, like it is taken, why it is taking this Ubuntu server, it is showing because earlier we have created with that one. So it is showing as a favorite. Okay, we have created one server with this. So that's why. Otherwise, there are a lot of images you can go through. Windows 2019, Windows 10 Pro, Windows 11. So these are the services. So we'll be taking the labs. So we'll be creating different machines, and we can see how we connect those machines, how we interact between those two machines. Okay. So is an image from here. Then architecture, basically X. So 64 X, 32-bit architecture, 64-bit architecture. Your system are having those architectures, right? So this will provide you that. Then there is an option for Spot VM. So we'll discuss the Spot VM. What is a Spot VM? Okay. So as of now, check. I'll not check it. Then size. You can select the size. Okay. So I've shown you in the Azure calculator, right? There were different sizes of VMs, and it shows you the pricing of those VMs in the Azure calculator. So you can go ahead and select all the sizes. You can click here and see all the sizes, all the sizes, all the series of VMs you can see. You can select accordingly, whatever your requirement, you can select accordingly and you can go ahead. Okay. Then now here SSH public key, why it is showing, because Linux image is there. Okay. So Linux machine is itself a command line interface. Okay. There is no graphical user interface. So that's why it is showing, okay, what authentication type you want for the machine, whether it is a public key, SSH public key, or you want password type authentication. Means with the Azure username, you must be having some password instead of public key or a key pair. So this public key or a key pair is kind of, you can say you have provided that public key. So it is not it's like a passwordless authentication. You have not provided the password. It is just logged in with using the public key. Okay. You provided the key, you provided the key pair name, and it will let you log in. Then ports, all the port data you have to give here, like whatever ports you want to open, you can select. So I told you there are different ports, like 22 port. It's is for like SSH port, secured shell, means you can log in using this port, SSH port. Then you can select different ports also. You can select port 80 also. So if you want to allow inbound traffic to HTTP port, then you can select that also. And you can select none also. So initially, if you don't want, you can select none also. Okay. Caching value must not be empty. Okay. So these are the ports as of now given. You can select any one of them. Then next is disk. So we have seen the basic. Then we'll, like, you can go to the disk part. You can select the disk size. You can select the disk type. Then you can select the key management, how you want to manage the key of that particular disk. Whether you want to be platform managed. Platform means we have seen there are different types of services provided by the Microsoft, like infrastructure as a service, then platform as a service. Okay. So platform managed key. So it's better to go with the platform managed key, because like keys and you can say keys and all, you can if you can manage to like if you can manage all those keys, because these keys come with some you can say time period. Okay, after 1 year this key uh, will not work. Okay, so you have to renew this key. So you have to keep the track of all those keys which were created. Okay, so it's better to have Microsoft take care of this key. That's why we selected platform managed key. Okay, then enable ultra disk. Ultra disk, if I click, so whatever the disk is here, the you can see the performance of that disk will increase. How the performance of the disk will increase? It will increase the input output capacity. So whenever the load is there on the disk, so it will increase the performance of that disk. So that's why if we want to enable ultra disk capacity, we can click on this. Then if you want data disk, you can create a new data disk. Okay, and this data disk, you can also give the name of that data disk if you want. So whenever you will be creating your virtual machine, you can provide the name. Okay, that will be the data disk. You can store the data here. This is the OS disk, operating system disk, basically the seed disk which we see in our laptops. Okay, then networking. So here you can create a new virtual network, or if you have some existing, like I created a virtual machine, so I have an existing virtual network. I want to create in that only. So I can select that, or I can create a new. Then I have an existing subnet also. This was the subnet, existing subnet. So I can create a virtual machine in my subnet, or I can go and manage subnet configurations. Okay. So in this VNet, it is showing manage subnet. Okay. If there is no VNet, I create new, then subnet will also be newly created because there is no subnet. Okay. So it will create a default subnet, or you can manage what subnet with what configuration you want to create. Okay. Right. So manage subnet configuration. Then public IP. If you want to create a public IP, or okay, there is no existing public IP as of now. Then network security group. Now, you want a basic network security group or an advanced network security group. We will be seeing the differences when we go to the network security group in the networking section. Okay, we'll see all these things. Then port, I told you how to select inbound and outbound ports. What are the ports? Then there are options, delete NIC when the VM is deleted. So you can delete the network interface card also when the VM is deleted. Then you can select the load balancer, move to the, then next you can move to the management group. So networking, then management. In this network management group, you will select the management of the things. Okay. So if you want to enable system managed identity, means system managed identity, when the system is created, it will manage the identities. Okay. So Azure will let that system to manage the identities, or you have to go with your own managed identity. Basically, if you have some Active Directory or any other directory, so you can select login with your Azure ID. So once you enable this, it will let you log in with your, or it will let you log in or authenticate you with that particular Active Directory. Then enable auto shutdown. You can enable auto shutdown, but here you can just enable auto shutdown. It will not give you the restart option. You have to restart the machine by your own. It will only enable you to shut down. Okay. Then backup. If you want the backup of this VM, you can check the backup. Okay. Guest OS updates. Now, guest OS updates means you have an operating system, Linux operating system, maybe some updates it will give, like your Windows system. You are having a Windows laptop. Every now and then the Windows Microsoft is giving updates for your Windows, right? So if you are in Windows 10, it will give you an update for Windows 11. So these kind of updates or different patches it give you. So it's up to you. So if you wanted to keep it with the Microsoft, okay, whenever the update comes, it will get automatically updated. Okay. But if you have some production VMs, you don't want to stop that VM, or you don't want to have a downtime because the application is running, then you can stop using this guest updates. Okay, you can stop using. You can choose to update whenever you want to update. Okay, that is the facility which is given by Microsoft. If you don't want to automatically update your VM, or you don't want to automatically update your operating system, then it's up to you. You can say, you can choose the date or you can choose the time whenever you want to update, because when a production application is running inside a VM, then there are stakeholders, your customers are there, they are accessing that particular website, right? And you don't want them to be in they will think, okay, now the website was working, suddenly it stopped without any communication, right? You didn't communicate it anyone and the website was stopped because of these updates. So here you can choose whether you want to do the update by yourself. So at that time, what you will do, you will communicate to your users, okay, the website will be down from this to this time. Okay, you get some messages on your mobile or anywhere where you have the account, from this to this time the website will be under maintenance, right? So, or you can do one thing, you can have a page and redirect the traffic to that page. So when you visit a website and that website is under maintenance, you see a page, okay, the website is under maintenance from, and the time they will mention from. So if you see the banking websites, every day the banking websites from you can say midnight 12:30 or sometime, they go to the maintenance, they go to the maintenance for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or an hour. Okay, similarly the this railway ticketing booking website, okay, railway tickets, so that particular site also goes to maintenance from 11:30 at night till 12:30. So if you go and book at 11:30 or after 11:30, it will not let you book the ticket. It will say, okay, that server is under maintenance. Then monitoring. So you can enable the monitoring. Enable with managed storage account. Manage means Azure will create a storage account for you, and then whatever the logs, whatever the diagnostic logs will be there, it will collect into that storage account, and you can go and search for the logs, what happened to your VM. Okay. Enable with custom storage account. Now you want that the logs will be maintained by your storage account, your custom storage account which you created. Then what you have to give, you have to give the name of your storage account, whichever storage account you created earlier, you have to give the name of that storage account. Okay. And you can choose the option to disable diagnostic. Then advanced setting, if you go to the advanced setting, then in the advanced setting you can have everything, like uh, you can install the extensions, you can install the extensions. Extensions provide post deployment configuration. Now whenever the VM is deployed, so post configuration instructions or installation, if you want to install anything, you can select. So basics, it is saying as of now basics are incomplete because we have not filled anything in the basics, right? That's why it is saying. When we fill in the basics, it will show us all those things. Okay. Then you can give the tags. You can give the tags here. So whatever the tags is divided by your policy, whatever the Azure policy has been set by your organization, you can give the tags here. Like you can give owner, who is the owner? Then I'll give the name. Okay. I'm the owner for this directory, for this subscription. Okay. So it's mandatory. Sometimes they have 13, 14 tags which are in the within the policy, inside the within the policy in the Azure or your organization. You have to give all the tags, whatever the tags are there. Sometimes uh, there may be some invoice ID or anything. They can, it's up to, it depends upon your organization, whatever you want to give. Environment, dev environment. Okay. Then these types, similar types of tags, you can give. Okay. Then review and create. So it will be validation will be failed because we have not filled anything in the basics or disk or networking or anything. So that's why validation is failed as of now. So I was telling you how to use portal to create different services. Okay. Now, if I talk about uh, uh, other management or you can say service using which you can create the resources. The first one was Azure Portal. Second one is Cloud Shell. This is Azure Cloud Shell. Okay, Azure Cloud Shell. Now, if I talk about Azure Cloud Shell, so here only, this is the browser-based Cloud Shell. Browser-based means so there are different cloud shells. Now, if I open this PowerShell, this is also a shell. This is also a shell command line interface. Okay, but this is our local shell. Local means Windows based local shell, means this is in our system. Okay, now this is a cloud based means it runs on a browser. It runs on a browser. So if I click this, it will open the shell. It will open the shell. Now, as of now, why it directly opened the shell? Now when you at your end, when you click it first time, it will ask. When you click it first time, it will ask you, because this cloud shell maintains a storage account and a file share with it. Why storage account and a file share? Because when you use a cloud shell, so this cloud shell should have a storage account with it. Storage account and a file share. Now, why storage account and why file share? Because you will be running some commands here. You will be bringing some, say, you can upload or download files. What kind of files? There may be some PowerShell script files. There may be some shell script files. So if you want to directly run a file for creating some resource, right? For managing some resource, you can upload the file, and where the file will get uploaded inside that storage account, and this storage account is having that file share. So I told you that storage accounts are of 4 types. Like there's a blob storage, then there is a disk storage, then there's a file storage, then there is a queue storage, there is a table storage. 5 types. Okay, so where the files will be stored? PowerShell files or PowerShell script files, bash script files. Where they will store? They will be stored in a file share. That's why a storage account and a file share will be created by default. So as of now, because on that day when we were I was showing you all that, so I created this. So by default it created a storage account and a file share for me. That's why now it is opening directly. Otherwise it will ask you, when you go and create, it will ask you. Okay, let me see again if I can show you that thing again. Oh, if I click on a storage account, see, this storage account was default created. This storage account was created for Cloud Shell storage. Okay, Cloud Shell storage. Cloud Shell storage. Okay, files. There may be some files. See, Abhishek Trainings 30 with my name. It created a file share, and inside this file share, whenever I upload some file in that Cloud Shell or run any file, that file will automatically saved to this file share, and it allotted me a space of 6 GB. It allotted me a quota of 6 GB, that files up to 6 GB I can store with this file share, and I can use those files. So once a file is stored, I can call that file anytime. I can run that file with this Cloud Shell because it is stored here only. It stores a copy of that file with this file share. Let me see if I can delete this storage account and I can show you again. Okay, so if I delete this storage account, I'm deleting this. Okay, successfully deleted. Um, See, storage account is deleted successfully now. Now if I click on this again, see, I click on the Cloud Shell. Now the Cloud Shell is freshly started and it selected the subscription as free trial. Now if you want to select any other things, you can directly create a storage here with the name, whatever the name this will suggest you. So that's why it has created with that particular name, CS1080, any random name and number. Okay, but if you want, you can select your own storage. So you can go to the settings. You can go to the settings. Is a free trial subscription. As of now, I'm having one subscription only. That's why it is telling like that. And that subscription is in Central India. Then it will create one network. So there is you have to create a resource group. So it by default it created network watcher resource group. Okay, as of now I'm having that group, so that's why it is saying use existing. Otherwise it will create with this name, network watcher resource group. Then storage account, you can create a new storage account with any name. With any name you can create, or you can use the existing account. You can use the existing account if you have some existing account. I don't have any. Okay, and then it will create a file share for you in that particular storage account, or it will, you can use a existing file share. It's up to you. So you can choose the settings from here, and you can configure your Cloud Shell. You can, if I'll close this, I'll again go and open, it will again ask me, you have no storage, you cannot configure the Cloud Shell. So if you want to configure the Cloud Shell, you have to create the storage and a file share. So here if I click on create, it will create by default. Means it will take its own name of the storage account, it will take everything by its own, and it will create a storage for me and a file share for me to operate this Cloud Shell. Okay, to configure this Cloud Shell. This is the Cloud Shell. See, it has been configured again. Succeeded, and it is connected to terminal now. Now there is no platform interdependency here. Means like in Windows you can use PowerShell. In Windows you can use PowerShell. Similarly, if you are using a Linux machine, so Linux is a command line interface. So there you will be needing a Cloud Shell, not Cloud Shell. There will Bash shell, actually Bash. Okay, so Linux uses the Bash shell and Windows uses PowerShell. Okay, both are scripting. You can say platforms to perform or create some scripts here. So it will provide you, just let it come. It is authenticating to Azure as of now. So once this comes up, I'll show you. I'll select the bash also. I'll show you how bash. Let this connect. Building your Azure drive. Okay. Authenticating to Azure. See, now this is my PowerShell home. Okay. See, a cloud drive is created for me. Now, home Abhishek is my user space here, my user space, because I'm logged in as Abhishek here. There may be different users in PowerShell. Okay. So they will be having their home directory, they will be having their user space. So inside the home directory, what you are seeing as home slash Abhishek. So Abhishek is the user, and home will be having this home directory is my home directory, my user space. Similarly, inside the root directory, there are different users, and everyone is having their own user space in the home directory. Okay. So anything I can do here, I can do anything. I can create some resource. I can. So just now after this, we have one exercise. So we'll see that exercise. Okay. Using PowerShell, how we create the resource. Okay. So this is the PowerShell. Similarly, you can select the Bash shell also. Okay. So if you love Bash scripting, means you have worked in Linux systems, and you can select Bash. Okay. So I have to confirm to switch to the Bash shell. This is Linux-based command line interface. Okay, Bash. PowerShell is Windows-based. Now succeeded, and it is connected to the terminal. Connecting to the terminal. Okay. I think network is slow or what? I don't know. It's taking time. Otherwise, it opens very quickly. No worries. Let it open. I'll show you.
Storage account has 4 types, right? File storage, data storage,
Five, five,
five
five types. Yeah. See, Azure Blob, then Azure Disk,
container, right? Okay.
Yes. Azure Blob, Azure Disk. Then third type is Azure Files, file storage.
Mhm.
Then Azure Queue. Then Azure Tables.
Azure file and Azure file storage is different or same?
No. File storage or file, anything you can call it.
Yeah.
Azure
Okay.
File or file storage.
Okay.
So that's what that file storage it will use, this Cloud Shell. So this thing you can switch and see at your side also. It's taking time, so I'll not waste time here. Okay, you can see at your side when you will do the practical.
Set command you have put it for this.
Pardon?
Can you put the command? Can you please show the command like which command you have entered here for creating the
Yes. That is exercise after this. That is exercise after this. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
No worries. I'm saying that this is taking time today. Otherwise, it doesn't take time. I don't know, due
Yes.
to network or something. It is taking time today. So as of now, it's just succeeded. It didn't open my home directory. Let it open. Let it open. Till then, we discuss the third type. Okay. Now Azure portal is there. Azure Cloud Shell is there. Third is the PowerShell. Okay. PowerShell. Using PowerShell also, you can do this. Using PowerShell, you can do this. So PowerShell is simply your local PowerShell. If you can see below down, where I'm pointing my arrow. This is a local PowerShell of your system. Local PowerShell. Click this PowerShell, and this is a PowerShell. Okay. Now you have
Set PowerShell and your PowerShell both are same like this.
see. This is a local PowerShell. This is the
Yes.
local PowerShell.
Local PowerShell.
Now what I call is Azure PowerShell is that I have to download the Azure module in this PowerShell. I have to download the Azure module. Okay. So as of now, if I talk about this PowerShell, I can show you that $ps version table. So this is a command. Okay, this is a command $ps version table. It will show me the version of the PowerShell. See, PS version, PowerShell version 5.1.222. Edition is desktop edition. This is the desktop edition of PowerShell. Okay. Then compatible versions. What are the compatible versions to this one? 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Build version. What is the build version? Okay. So all these details you can see which version of PowerShell we are using. Nowadays, I think it's 7 we are using. This is the old one. I have not updated this one. Actually, my personal laptop is having some issues. So, from last week, I'm taking with my organizational laptop only. So, I don't use my local PowerShell of my organizational laptop because we connect to cloud, right? Whatever we do, work we do in the cloud. We use the cloud resources. So that's why we don't use local PowerShell of our laptop. That's why it's not updated. Okay. So once that laptop gets on, that I've given that laptop to repair. So once that is okay, I'll show you in that laptop. Okay, with this local PowerShell. So this is a PowerShell. So first is Azure Portal, then Azure Cloud Shell, then PowerShell. PowerShell means Windows PowerShell, local PowerShell. Okay. So these are the types. These are the types through which you can manage the resources. Now there is an exercise. Now, according to that exercise, what we'll do? According to that exercise, we'll create a resource group. Exercise is here. According to this exercise, we'll create a resource group. Create a resource group. Now you can give any name to this resource group. You can give any name to this resource group. Let's say we are working on Azure 104. So you can put the name as AZ104. Then you can put anything like 001 A, something like that. So these are all organizational things. These are all organizational things. The organization will decide what is the name, what will be the naming convention. Okay, something like that according to the project. Then if I'm creating some resource group, then I can name RG01. So AZ104-01A -RG01, any kind of naming convention you can take and you can create the resource group. Okay. Then after this, in the same exercise, what we have to do after creating the resource group, we have to create a disk. Create a disk, Azure disk. Okay. Azure disk. And you can name this disk. As we have named the Azure resource group, we'll be creating the disk in the same resource group, and let it name AZ104-01A something. And now I have named the RG01 for the resource group. So what I'll name here, disk 01. Okay, because I'm creating a disk. Now in the same exercise, what we'll do, we'll manage the disk. We'll manage the disk. Now what we'll manage about this disk? So the disk is, say disk is of some capacity, say 30 GB. So we'll increase the size, we'll update the size of the disk. So in managing the disk, we'll update the size of the disk. And what else we'll update? We'll update the SKU. So SKU means we'll update the disk tier. Okay. So LRS, if it is in LRS, if it's a LRS kind of disk, then we'll move it to GRS or any other kind of, or like it's a standard disk. SKU means standard. LRS, then we may move it to the premium LRS or any other like that. Okay. So we'll update the SKU of that disk. Okay. So these are some basic things which we get in daily, you can say our day-to-day task. Okay, we have to increase the capacity of the disk, or we have to manage the disk, we have to update the disk. Similarly, I told you that we have an optimization team and they give us request. Okay, whatever the resources or services which are less used or which are not used for these many days, so what we have to do, we have to downgrade all those resources, right? Downgrade means what we'll do, we'll update the size of the disk. So if say that disk is of 64 GB, we'll downgrade the size to 30 GB. Okay, then if we will update the SKU, if it's in a premium tier, premium LRS, we'll downgrade it to the standard. Okay, so that using that kind of thing, we save our cost. Okay, we save our cost, and all these things are given by some team. Okay, some team is working on Azure, and it is finding all the unused resources or idle resources which have not been used for more than 90 days or 180 days, whatever the scenario is set by your organization. On that basis, that team works. Okay, and you what you do, so basically the DevOps team or the administrator team, they get these type of requests. Okay, you have to clean up. Okay, so these kind of requests. So this is a just basic request of managing the resources from which we are starting as of now. Okay, so create AZ resource group. Now for creating resource group, so to save time, I've created this. I've created this. You can say notepad with the commands. So when we start this exercise, okay, let's name it 1A. Okay, 1A. Let's name it 1A here. Okay, and this is RG01, disk 01. Now, to create a resource group in the same Azure region, now this don't see this, because this I've done because I was having already a resource group, so I was creating with the same thing. Okay, so if I create a new, say the new resource group, I want to create a new resource group, so I must be having some commands for that. Okay, so before that, I told you that when we use PowerShell, then in the PowerShell we have variables. Okay, we have variables. Now variables means we are defining something. Variable means defining. Okay, defining, we are defining something, we are defining a name of any resource or anything. Okay, so that comes under the variables. So for that variable, what we do, we use a dollar. Okay, so we can give anything, like for example, if I want to create a resource group in some location, so I'll use dollar location, and whatever location is there, maybe central India. Okay, so I'll create the resource in central India. So I've defined this central India inside this variable. Now, whenever I want to create, I'll use some command. Whenever I'll use some command, I'll use this location variable. I'll not write central India. I'll use this location variable, so that whatever is stored in this variable, okay, whatever stored in this variable, it will take that data. So variable is nothing but unit of memory. It allocates the memory. So whenever we define the variable, as soon as we define a variable, it allocates a memory. So it is a unit of memory. So in this memory, in this variable, it has stored the location. You got that? Okay. Then if I want some name for that resource group, what I'll give? I'll give dollar resource group name. Any variable, any name you can give to that variable. This RG name I have given just as it is, right? So you can give any name. So here it's RG name, because everyone can see and recognize this. Okay, RG name means this is resource group name. Then you can give any name. What name? So here we have given the name as AZ104 -01A -RG01. So we have given this, we have defined this name inside the RG name variable. So whenever we create a resource group, we'll call this RG name. So when we call this variable, it will take the value of this variable. What is the value? Name of this resource group, right? So when we talk about PowerShell, we have variables. We have now, apart from variable, we have commandlets. Okay, commandlets. Commandlets are nothing but the commands. PowerShell commands. PowerShell commands. Okay. Now, for creating or managing each resource, PowerShell has defined some commands. Okay, some predefined commands. So we can, like, PowerShell give us that you can say that flexibility that we can create commands, but that is as of now, like, they have given us many commands, like for maintaining the Azure or managing the Azure, we have all those commands as of now with us. And these variables and commands, everything. So variable is totally defined by you, but commands is given by PowerShell. Okay, they have defined the commands in the system, in the PowerShell system. So these all things comes under a module. So now PowerShell, or the developer of the PowerShell, they create different modules. So similarly, there is an Azure module, and we call this Azure module is as AZ module. Now, earlier there were previous versions of this module. What were those versions? So earlier version was Azure RM module. Azure RM. This was the earlier version. Old version. Old version, or old name of this module, or old version of this module. Before that, there is Azure module. There was Azure module, simply Azure module. Older than RM module. So till now, they have come up with 3 versions of Azure module. First one was Azure module, named with Azure only. Second one was Azure RM module. Then third, which is the latest module, which is currently used, that is called AZ module. Azure module. Okay. So this is the latest version we have of this Azure module. Now, what you have to do to get this module, you must be knowing some commands. So when you go to your local PowerShell, so today I cannot do this because this is my organizational laptop. Okay, this is my organizational laptop. So you can use the Cloud Shell also. You can open the Cloud Shell, you can choose the PowerShell, you can do this. Okay, but if you want to go further, I'll ask you, don't use this Cloud Shell. Just try with your local PowerShell. Now, for trying with your local PowerShell, you must be having module in your PowerShell. Now, how you can install that module? Then there is a command, right? So just as of now, if you have everyone in your desktop, just open your PowerShell. As of now, just open your PowerShell and run this one command, $ps in capital, version table. Run this command, $ps, ps is capital, v is capital, version, then ERSION, version small, then capital T, then ABLE, ps version table. Just run this command, open your PowerShell, run this command, and you can see the version at your end, PowerShell version at your end.
Yes, Abhishek.
You can see,
So
right?
same I'm getting. Yes.
Which version you have?
Version PS version 501 501.19041
Okay, okay, okay.
0.3031.
So everyone is getting this PowerShell version?
Yeah, 7.3, 3.6.
Correct. You have the latest one, right? So maybe you have updated your Windows or any updates you will be having. That's why you have the latest version of PowerShell as of now. Okay. So why I'm telling you all this? Because if I like tell you in this here in the notepad or anywhere, then you will not able to uh, you will not able to get that, right? So that's why I told you to open your PowerShell only and go with it like that. So PS version table. Okay. Now this will give you the PowerShell. Now you can search for installed module. Okay. So if I click here and do an installed hyphen module, installed hyphen module, give a space, then hyphen name, and do AZ. Installed hyphen module, then space, then hyphen name, then space, then AZ. See, I'm not having that installed module in my, that's why the term installed module is not recognized. It is not saying anything because I don't have that module with me, right? I don't have, and I think that you guys also don't have that module with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay.
Same
So,
I'm getting.
okay. So for installing that module, what you have to do? So you have to install that module. Okay. So install hyphen module space hyphen name space AZ. Okay. You can try with this command as of now. If it
So,
doesn't work, let me know.
the same I'm like putting there. Same command.
Which one?
Getting the error. Install module name AZ.
Okay.
Whatever you written. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm getting an error.
So see, there are two different commands like installed
Okay, installed.
hyphen module will give you the already installed module. Okay, will give you the already installed module. But if you want to install any module, then you have to go with install hyphen module.
Okay, okay. Mhm.
Okay.
So I have just read the command from there.
So it says you are installing the module from the untrusted repository. If you trust this repository, change its installation policy value by running the set. Are you
Yeah.
sure to want to install
Yes.
the
Yes.
module
You
from
can
the
do a
PE
wire.
gallery?
Yes. You can do a wire.
Yes, yes.
Yes, right?
Same.
Choose yes,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Untrusted repository, they're saying. It's okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If any one of you using the organizational laptop, then it may not work for you because your administrator will not allow you to do this. Okay.
I'm using personal laptop.
That is okay then. I'm not doing at my end because currently I'm having that organizational laptop. My personal laptop is having some issues. So I'll,
So can I share my screen then?
yes,
Okay.
definitely. You
Yeah.
can share.
Okay.
That will work.
Okay. So are you able to see my screen? Can I share while the other person is sharing?
Are you able to share? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Just a second. Now you can share.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, can see.
So again, I'm getting
Yes,
yeah,
it's working, I think, as of now.
I think
It's working.
it is in process. Yeah.
It is in progress. Yes.
Mhm. So now it is starting.
Yes. So it will create a module inside your PowerShell. So there will be a PowerShell directory in when you go to the C drive Windows
Mhm.
inside program files, you will see a PowerShell directory there. And inside the PowerShell directory, it will create a module for you.
C drive program file.
There will be PowerShell directory called PowerShell there. I think you have shared one screen only. That's why we cannot see your screen.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
share whole desktop or whole screen.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have
Okay.
as of now you have shared that window only, PowerShell window.
Okay. 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 Sure. Then I'm sorry.
Yes, it's installed.
Now
Installed,
it's fine.
right?
Yes, installed.
So once it is installed, then you can just again do that installed hyphen module to see whether it is correctly installed or not.
So, Abhishek, actually, I'm getting error here. Right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes, I can see your screen.
So this is error I'm getting. Package management install package. The following command are already available on the login agent account.
Okay, just do an installed module then again. If it is done or
This one? This
no,
command?
no,
Yeah.
not that command. Just type installed hyphen module installed. Let it be.
Oh,
Just bring that cursor to install and write ed
yeah.
there, installed module.
Install. This one. This command?
Yes,
Installed
yes,
module.
yes. Click
Name it.
enter.
Install module is not recovered.
It says the term installed model is not recognized in name of
Not
CMDLT function
CMD.
script file execution program. Check the
Just
spelling of the name.
mm-hmm.
Path is
Be
incorrect.
something
Verify that path
incorrect.
is incorrect and file.
Installed module. I think name is spelling is fine. Installed module. Name is
Okay.
fine. I think.
Okay, let's have some uh, just after that AZ, after that. So again type that command install module, not installed one. Install module. Again type that command.
Okay.
First clear your screen. Type clear command. CLER clear.
Okay.
Clear your screen first.
Yeah. So
Now type that install hyphen module. Install. Not installed. Install.
install.
Just install, not installed.
Mhm.
Yeah. Install hyphen
Install.
module.
Install module.
Space
Mhm.
hyphen name
Yes.
hyphen name
Mhm. Okay.
then AZ,
Yes.
then
AZ.
hyphen, then hyphen, space hyphen,
Hmm.
space hyphen,
Yes.
then write repository, capital R, repository, then space,
Repository. Okay.
then space,
Mm-hmm.
then write PS, capital PS, capital
Yes.
PS,
Mm-hmm.
then capital G,
Space or
no, not space, capital G,
G.
gallery, you write gallery, Gallery, gallery,
G.
Gallery, gallery, then space,
Yes.
then space, space,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
then hyphen force, capital F, hyphen force,
For. Yes.
capital F, force, okay, not small
Force,
f,
yes,
capital F.
Mm-hmm.
That is a small f which you have written.
So the
No, I've
other
written a
command,
capital one.
so other
Can I
commands
enter
like, sorry,
Can I enter here?
No, capital F. There is a small f you have put. Put capital F inside of.
Capital F I have written only.
Yeah.
Capital F only.
Yes, capital F. Force. FOR.
Yeah.
Now.
Mhm.
Now do an enter. Okay.
Install module positional parameter cannot be found that accept argument
Okay,
value.
there is some issue with at your side.
in the other way, install module PowerShell get space hyphen force, that can be what?
Can be after module you want install module.
PowerShell hyphen force.
PowerShell.
Yeah. Force would be correct. In between repository PS gallery,
No,
PowerShell get.
see why it is different, because you have write PSG gallery. It is PS gallery.
Okay.
It is PS
Okay
gallery,
then,
not
okay then.
PSG gallery. Okay.
Okay.
Just
PS.
correct that again. PS small g. It's yeah. PS then
Small
G. No. PSG. It's one word only. PS gallery is one word.
PSG. Okay. PSG.
PSG.
Then,
G is capital. Then no, not space. It's a continuous word. PS gallery.
Yeah. PSG.
PSG.
I have
GALLERY.
Okay. This one?
Yes.
PS gallery.
Yes, PS gallery. That's what I was saying.
After that force.
Then space hyphen force.
Okay.
Now do an enter.
I think it's in progress.
Okay.
Yes, it's also installing now.
Okay. Then great.
Abhishek, mine is not working. I don't know why I'm doing something wrong, but
So Abhishek, it has take every time or like take
No.
same time?
It's a
Every
one-time
time.
installation. One-time installation of the module.
One time. Okay.
Later on, timely you can update the module. timely, you can update the module after 3 months, 4 months, so that whatever new
We
commands are
receive any
coming.
notification for update?
No, if you can search in Google if there is any update came in for PowerShell Azure module, then you can search for it in 3-4 months and you can just go and update the module. So there is a command update -module.
Update now. Okay.
So like whosoever
Checking.
is doing as of now is okay, but whosoever is not doing, I'll just when I'll save the recording, I'll put all the commands in a notepad one by one, and I'll put that in the, you can say that the place where we put the recording. Okay, you can just download that notepad and you can go one by one with the commands.
Now it is installing.
Now it is installing. Okay, downloading the module. Yes. So sorry for my laptop, my side, I cannot work as of now due to that
Not
issue.
an issue. But again, I'm getting some error here, like
So it is saying
the
that,
following command are already available on this. The following command are already available on this system. Logic, AZ account, logout.
okay,
resolve
it is
error,
saying
and
it's not an error. It is not an error. It is giving you, okay, your installed package is already having all these commands. Okay. Now,
So this means on my system is already.
yes.
Okay. So how to verify access? For
Now
verification?
now you will type get module. Okay, get module, so that you can see, okay, whether the module
Get
is
module.
get -module,
Okay.
then
Anything else?
space, -name,
Yeah. Name.
-name, then space, then AZ,
AZ.
space AZ.
AZ.
Okay, then
Yes.
space.
Yes.
After space, type LIS. Then after space, type hyphen.
Hyphen. Yes.
List, capital L, list.
Yes.
And
List.
this is a
Hyphen list.
continuous word, list available, capital A. After T, type capital A. Don't type space. Available, AVAI, LABL, available. Okay. Enter.
Not getting anything. Okay. List available.
Okay.
Yeah, is available script 10.2.0 AZ core disk.
Okay, you are
Like the
getting
disk.
that. You are getting that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will tell you. It will.
So same command like you have written.
Yeah,
List
same
available.
command.
You can
list
share your
available.
screen as of now if you want. If you get.
Yeah, I could not able to share screen because I am using the office laptop. So I will show you through the camera.
Okay. No worries. Okay, you are using a desktop. Okay.
Yeah, laptop only, but office laptop. Can you able to see?
1 second, please. Remain.
Not able to.
It's mobile.
You are not able to share your screen?
No.
Okay.
So okay, now you can share. I think because I have enabled the sharing settings. You
No,
can
no.
share.
Actually, I'm connecting through
Office.
Connecting through
They have office. Yeah. Actually, I think
mobile.
due to the security reason.
Okay, okay, okay. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries. Okay, then I think if AZ module is installed, then you can log into your account.
So Abhishek, I'm not getting like anything after with the command list available.
Okay, list. So maybe some issue, I don't know, with PowerShell. But if this is installed correctly, then you can log into your Azure account.
Azure account I have logged into.
No, not here. In the
Ah.
PowerShell.
In the PowerShell.
Yes. Right,
What
login.
is the command?
I'll tell you.
Right. Login.
Login,
Okay.
or just write connect. Don't write login, just write connect.
Connect. Yes.
Connect.
Small
Hyphen.
only, yeah.
Yeah. Hyphen.
Hyphen.
No, not space. Hyphen.
Hyphen. Okay.
AZ, capital A, small z, AZ,
AG.
account. AZ, account.
Space.
No space. AZ account.
Account. All is small or like capital? A capital.
Yes, it's small only. Just a second.
Only. The different command.
Must be some issue.
Is it connect?
Put capital C and both the A capital. Put capital C and both the A capital. Okay. Then you will get.
Capital. Connect.
Capital C. Just put a tab there. You will get the same command. Just put a tab.
Yes.
Okay. Now put capital C and capital A in the account also. Capital C here and then capital A in the account. Now click enter.
No.
Actually, capital C. Let's say, yeah, connect. C is capital. Hyphen A is capital. Account A is Z. Account is small a only. After that, it go to the web server. I mean the browser. Then I have select my subscription. Then it is coming showing here like account, subscription, tenant ID, environment. So
And then it is connected, right?
yeah, connected.
Okay. Just do how is saying connect hyphen AZ account.
A is only capital. A is that. After that, small only. Small A is small account. ACC OUNT. Yeah, correct.
This A is capital. Correct, no?
Correct.
Maybe there is an issue with your installed module. You have to again check whether it's properly installed or not.
Early. So problem is
just to follow the same command. Yeah.
Yes. Just follow all those commands.
Module name is that list available. That has to be shown. Then only you can able to connect. I think so.
Yeah.
You can try again.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. That's
Just try at your place. Try at your home like today.
Okay.
Installing.
We
Just
can get
correctly install the module and then you will do with all these commands. Okay.
Okay.
Just stop sharing your screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now you are seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. There's an issue with this PowerShell why it is not connecting. Otherwise, I have shown you by myself only.
Verify on mine, it doesn't work.
I think time is also Time is also over, I think. 9:50.
Okay, just no worries. Try this exercise at your home today. Be thorough in this, like connecting PowerShell, installing module. I'll upload all the commands in the notepad. Okay, just try connecting the PowerShell, updating your AZ module.
Okay.
I'll write everything with instructions in this notepad. Just try this thing. Okay, and tomorrow
Okay.
come with all this exercise. Okay, means connecting PowerShell, installing the module and everything. Then tomorrow we'll go ahead and create the resources using PowerShell module. Okay, because practicing this is necessary. Until and unless you can install the modules and all, see the commands, list the commands, then only you can go ahead. Okay,
Yes, sir. Alright. Yeah.
or if you can wait
By
5
mistake,
just wait 5 minutes. I'll
sorry,
show you here. It's connected
so
now.
Abhishek, by mistake, I did upgrade my account as a pay as you go. So I'm not sure this is gonna be
So
effective.
I think this will be enabled when once your free subscription is over.
So I have to create a new one.
Yes, so you have created a free account. Now, first you have created a free account, free trial account, or that is over.
Okay. So now
Need
I
to
don't
create
have to
one
use
more.
this.
Even you have upgraded, no worries until unless you create anything inside or it will not charge you anything. Okay, don't worry. Even you have upgraded as of now, don't worry. If you don't create anything, it will not charge you. Okay.
There's one resource I agreed, but I'm trying to delete it. It's not working. Keep saying "Viv failed to delete."
Okay, just try it once again or refresh it. Maybe it's get deleted and you have clicked
did.
2 times.
I
After
did
some
some.
time, after a few months, I think website is automatically deleted. Whatever resource you have already created.
Mm-hmm.
So I think after some time, automatically it is like deleted.
Okay, just refresh it. Sometimes what we do, we click on 2 times.
I
Okay,
did.
so
I did so many times, but it's still not deleting. You're saying failed.
okay, just try that at your end once again. Okay, let me know if that doesn't deletes. So can you see my screen as of now?
Yes.
Earlier it was not connecting. Cloud Shell was not connecting. So let's show you PS version table. Okay. See, this is 7.3.6. It is updated. Okay. And edition is not desktop here. It's a core edition. Operating system is Linux here. Okay. So PowerShell provides you that ability that you can create or install PowerShell in Linux machine also as well as in Windows machine also. Okay, so here Cloud Shell, it is using a Linux machine. Okay, now I told you about installed hyphen module space hyphen name, just for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, then we'll stop. Okay, name AZ. Okay,
Yeah, this is the one I got error message.
wait just a second.
Get module list available, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get module also will work.
AZ hyphen list all available.
Now I'm getting that. Okay. So get module hyphen name list AZ list available. So this is the version of my AZ module 10.2.0. Okay. Core and desk means it is available for desktop version also. It is available for core version also. Okay. That's why it is showing you core and desk. So this is a module as of now. Now I don't have to connect in the Cloud Shell because I am already connected to the PowerShell. Okay. So I don't have to log in here. But when you use this one, this PowerShell, you have to log in because this is Windows PowerShell. So you have to connect this thing to your Azure, right? If you use Cloud Shell, you are directly connected. You are directly connected to your account, Azure account. Okay. So if I write get -AZ subscription, see, I'm already connected to my account. That's why I directly put the command get AZ subscription. So it displayed my subscription, free trial subscription, then tenant ID of my subscription, ID of my subscription, and state, enabled state. Okay. If I type get -resource group, see, Cloud Shell, the beauty of Cloud Shell is that it gives you all the commands. It shows you everything. So whenever you start typing anything, AZ, it will show you resource group, subscription, everything it will show you. So you get an idea what command to use. Okay, that is the beauty of the Cloud Shell here, which you don't get in PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. Okay, so get AZ resource group. See, whatever the resource groups are there, first is Cloud Shell storage resource group, which is created for this Cloud Shell. Then network watcher resource group, which is created for that storage account. Then test resource group, which I created for my VM. So every resource group is displayed here. Okay, so here you can run the commands easily, but I want you to run the command in your local PowerShell so that the difficulty level may be increased so that you can handle from anywhere. If you get any machine or anywhere, you just install all those modules, connect to the PowerShell using connect to the Azure using PowerShell. You can run the commands, everything you want. You know what are the modules, how to install the module, how to get the module, how to list the module, everything I want you to do. Because these things like connecting to the Azure account and all, here you cannot do because you're already connected to Azure, because this is running in Azure portal only, this Cloud Shell. Okay, so do with your local PowerShell. You will face difficulty and you will learn from those difficulties. That's why I told you to install in your local PowerShell. But if you have your office laptop or anything, you can just go with the Cloud Shell. No worries. This will work as the same. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do this exercise which I created. This one, we'll create a resource group, then we'll create a disk, then we'll manage the disk, and I'll provide you these commands, no worries. But I want you to do it yourself, and then and if you do practice daily, okay, daily create some resource using PowerShell, daily run these commands, then definitely one day you will be like, those commands will be handy to you. You can type any command and you can create the resources. So this is starting. Today is the starting. I know you will be facing difficulties because this is today's starting. But as you go ahead, you will get all these things. Okay. So tomorrow we'll do 1 or 2 exercises. So first exercises, we'll create all these resources and manage these resources using PowerShell. Second exercise, we'll manage these resources using Cloud Shell also. Okay, Cloud Shell, Azure CLI. Okay, Azure CLI. So apart from these things, Azure portal, Azure Cloud Shell, PowerShell, fourth was Azure CLI, which we'll see tomorrow. Azure CLI. Using this CLI also we can. So this CLI is having different commands. PowerShell is having different commands. Okay. So we'll see both the commands. So tomorrow we'll create one resource using this, one resource using this. So tomorrow total we'll do the lab. We'll not do any theory or okay. So I'll stop the recording for now.